2, 3, 4.
Good morning everyone and welcome to another video which I'm Beacon and Frodo on the road. As you can see, a lovely British tint of lobster is welcoming you to another video. We're here at Trolltunga. Well, actually we're in a town called Ora, which is not too far from Trolltunga. I have some maps in front of me so I can show you and you'll actually to be able to get an idea of what's going on and what's where. But just to give you a quick look outside and we'll check that out. There's just mountains upon mountains with snow everywhere. There's just random little waterfalls. I don't know if you can hear, but there's a little creek next to me. There's this cool buildings outside where people live. Even the windows, you have 3 of these little things. 1, 2, 3 handles. And you can open it different ways. You can open it up, you can open it sideways, or you can open it that way. It's pretty cool, pretty different, takes a little bit of time to figure out. And all these bathrooms, all these places that have been standing, all the bathrooms, they'll work different. The showers, not like the toilet itself, but the shower, and you try to work out, especially in Japan, there's all these little handles, little things that you play with. Anyway, we did Trolltunga yesterday, aka the Troll's Tongue, and for some beautiful, amazing reason, I had no idea that that's what that was until I got here. But this is, the infamous little thing that you get a picture of. There's an incredible, beautiful gorge down there with the lakes and the mountains and the snow, and then there's a little rock that you go on and you chill, and there's it's a massive hike. Hey, here you go. There's a little map of the actual hike. You end up staying in a neighboring town, and for neighboring town, I will definitely show you a little look. See, we stayed in Ora. So from Ora to Trolltunga entrance, which is called Scavenger, I think it is. It's oh my god. I'm sorry, I don't know this is properly how to say and stuff. This is Ora, and up here, this is where the hike, is a car park there, where you park your car or get the bus to, or get the shuttle bus to, they call it taxi here. You get it up to here, and then you can also take a little shuttle bus to just the beginning of the hike, which is just up the top there, and then you keep going up and around, in that way. And over here is the actual, the tongue, this little thing, right? The tongue. And then you have to walk all the way back to the beginning, and either you can't really, I think there are buses maybe, but there are no buses there. You can usually either park up the top if you're there in time, or not on time, even crazy early, or you just walk down to the other car park. It's Jagadal, I'm not sure, sorry. And then you drive back to Ora, or anywhere here, a neighboring area where you might be staying. So the hike itself, I think it's 14 k's, but from the trail starts in Jagadal, and the first 3.8 k's is that little crazy zigzag thing that just shoots you up at the top, and it's super steep. So you can get a little shuttle bus for that when you're going up, or you can walk it. And if you include that, I think it's about 14 k's for the actual hike. But if you skip that in the beginning and save yourself an hour and a half time, plus save yourself some energy of kind of doing that, you're gonna do a massive hike anyway, you get to kind of the top. It's not even the top like of the mountain. It's not like, it's like kind of sort of in the middle, but it's pretty steep and pretty like, and it takes you a while to climb it. So if you were to just take it up with the shuttle or with the car, you will be able to just, you know, kind of start the hike a bit fresher and then just start going on. Obviously, like I won't sit and talk here. Like it took us about 10 hours, just a bit under 10. We did take breaks, and the line for the actual picture of the ton, like to actually sit on that little thing or like be on it to do whatever, it's pretty long, even though it's like a hike, and you think, oh come on, like how many people are gonna do a hike to like do this thing? A lot. It's on average hour to hour and a half wait just to get a picture by yourself on this thing. But I think it's really, really cool that people just wait and like let you continue the illusion that you're there on your own. Like you're not really there on your own, but anyway, you take a photo there on your own. You're technically not supposed to do these little hanging legs off the, you know, the cliff edge, but everyone does it. And in all the pictures that you see, like for advertisement, like even like right here, I have one. And there's like a person sitting there with his legs over the edge. It's really funny. By the way, from this little map, you can see that you can even ride underneath it. I think it'll be like a lengthy-ish ride. But not too lengthy, I mean like nothing like 100 k's or anything. So I reckon that would have been actually really, really cool to do and would have been fun. There's loads of other different hikes in the area. It's very beautiful, it's incredibly picturesque. You are going to love the drone footage, because I'm just in an awe of how stunning it was. And seriously, at times I felt like, is this actually real? Like I want a rock to fall on the other side, like just to physically see that this is not drawn on. How perfect the color of the water was, like this turquoisey deep bluish, and the gray with the deeper gray and some green around. On the mountains, they're crazy high, and then you're walking like on this level, and that thing here, right, that little lake thing, like not how do you call it? Yeah, well, let's call it like at the bottom. It's like on that bottom level. But then you see lakes on this, on your level as well, and it's just incredible. You see some flowers. Some people are tenting. You're not actually supposed to tent there, but there are people tenting there, and I guess no one like patrols it at the moment. There's actually quite a lot of people tenting for a place that you're not supposed to tent at. And in fact, a lot of places in Norway is free to tent, so a lot of people, it's like a thing, a lot of people do that. There's a lot of marks when you're following the trail, and it's really, really cool. They have these little like collections of rocks on top of rocks on top of rocks, like little towers from rocks, and they'll, like, a lot of them have red tea on it, and it just kind of following these red tea rocks everywhere through the entire like 14k, 10k. Well, basically, yeah, like, because the first 3.8 k's is just really no other way to go. There's only one road up. But yeah, when you're like in that bush, right, in between the mountains, there's like so many different ways that you can go. The lighting is insane right now over here, but hopefully you don't mind. So I'd say it's not, it's easy to follow it and you won't get lost, but obviously just pay attention to those rocks. It's like just big red teas everywhere, and there's little collections, like little towers of rocks. And it's really cool because Vikings used to do that. They used to use that as a little like navigation system to help people behind them or themselves even when they come back, to show them like what is the direction in the bush, right? Like, because there are all these like different ways that you can mark, you know, you can do marks on the trees or whatever. But if there's no trees, you just do like those little towers or rocks, and that was really, really cool, I thought, as well. There is some climbing, but you don't need like all fours or anything like that, and you just walk. There are huge boulders sometimes, you just walk on them. There are patches of grass. There are 2 emergency houses through the trail with, you know, there's just teeny little house. We didn't go inside because obviously like it's an emergency thing. But I'm very sure you can like call from them or hide in them if the weather just gets really, really bad. And there's also first aid in them as well. So that's really cool. So Norwegian government also does a thing when they rescue you if, you know, something does go wrong. So that's a good, like, keep in mind, but definitely don't like abuse that either. Because, yeah, you use that to, like, you know, if you're actually like in some sort of trouble. And in order not to get in trouble, and I know things do happen, but in order not to get trouble, it's amazing and it's great to be as prepared as possible. So things that you read on the website, I reckon it's cool. It's good idea to follow them. You know, having warmer clothes, having rainproof and windproof clothing, having something bright on top, having, you know, maybe gloves, socks, good hiking boots that, you know, will be able to keep your feet still and like secure, stable. So we actually were very, very lucky because the weather and the condition of the trail on the day was just absolutely spectacular. Exhibit A, I'm freaking burned right now, which is another thing. Wear your sunscreen, guys. Like, it's, yeah. But you think it's like so cloudy, oh, no big deal, I can use some colour. And then you like wake up and you're like, oh, hello. Wow, it's so red. So anyway, it's a good idea to follow all the little rules that are out there, like kind of telling you all the different things that you should bring. But at the same time, you know, we were very lucky with weather, and we saw people hiking in shorts. A lot of boys were like taking off their shirts because it was very, very warm, as well as like mid-20s. And because you like doing physical activity and you're hiking, even though it's snow, like, don't get me wrong, you're hiking and there's snow next to you in different areas as well. So I wouldn't say like it's the desert, but it does get warm. Like occasionally, I was like kind of walking around in singlet half of the time, and then I also had like a little jersey the other half, especially like because then you get wet, and if you stop still for a minute you get so cold because you're no longer moving and you're wet, and it's just there is snow next to you, so you're gonna get cold. So it's good to have at least like some sort of jersey jacket thing, to be quite honest. Well, I mean, yeah, otherwise you just put up with that. But again, it's so not common, well, like from what I've heard and talking to like Norwegians and stuff, that the weather is so incredibly perfect that people usually do need like warmer clothes and rainproof clothes. And usually when you go up into the mountains, right, you get colder than you're at the bottom of the mountains. The air density, like there's less oxygen up there again, so that's like can cause a little bit of issues, but I wouldn't say it's anything ridiculous. Well, especially compared to like some, you know, high mountains that you can go on in the world. Fitness level that you should be, I think you should be like within reason. Like you don't have to be, you know, a triathlete, Ironman, blah blah. But at the same time, the fitter you are, the nicer it's going to be for you, the more comfortable, the more enjoyable it's going to be for you. So it's kind of up to you, judge your levels, but I would definitely say if you want to do it, you just need to do it. Try to get as fit as you can for it with, you know, your other arrangements and things like that. But if you are not really, you know, don't have time to train 3 hours a day, like don't stress about it. There's a lot of people doing it that were of like older age. There are different complexities, so it's very doable. There's actually a lot of people who brought their dogs there as well. It was pretty cute, like, you know, and the dogs were like loving it. And it's just, yeah, it's absolutely stunning. In regards to food and water, there's no food along the track at all. So you bring your own food and you pick up your own rubbish. So that's very important. Just remember that. Make sure that you have sufficient amount of sandwiches or apples or nuts or whatever else that you choose to bring with your biscuits. Just whatever you want to eat, bananas. In regards to water, there are loads of little running creeks, waterfalls. No big waterfalls on the actual hike, but obviously you can see the waterfalls going down off, you know, the side of these of these like mountains, like through the hike. Obviously, well, you won't be collecting water from there, but there's also loads of ponds. And I guess if you're really in a rut and you're stuck and you need some water and you don't have enough, I just show you the live straw. I have talked to some people about it, and like not everyone knows about the existence of this thing. This is a little mini filter. This is a filter, and there is 2 caps on each side. Yeah, see? And there's a filter. This whole thing is a filter. And you drink from this side, and like, you just drink it and it clears a big chunk of whatever. And especially if it's running water, like, it's good to drink from, you know, like, it's safer to drink from a stream with running water. How much water do I think you need? I had 1.5 liters and I ran out, but I did drink a lot. And then I ran out, and I was with some people who had extra water and didn't drink as much. And also there's loads of running streams, so we're drinking from that. I actually saw some people taking little dips in little ponds and stuff, and like, you know, you wash your face, you wash your hands and stuff like that. So you can definitely do that, have a bit of a refresher on your way. It is definitely very, very enjoyable. Just quickly go back to the beginning bit. If there, as you mentioned, as you might remember, I've mentioned 2 different car parks. So this car park sort of at that main spot where there is a shop and where you can get the little shuttle bus to the beginning of the hike. There's also another car park at the top, like at the beginning of the hike. So you don't actually need the shuttle bus. You can just, you know, drive your car up if you're here with the car, or I mean if you're here with the bus or maxi taxi type thing, like it's not gonna matter to you. But if you do want to park at the top, and I actually recommend it, like, because I think it'll be much better. We didn't do that because we got there, oh God forbid, at like 7:30. It's so late. But okay, so the top car park opens at 6. And I was talking to people who actually did get to park at the top, and they got there at like 5:45. They got there 5:45, and they were number 25. There's only 30 car park spots at the top, and they were number 25, and they got there 5:45. So if you get there at 5:30, I think you'd be more or less, it'd be fairly likely that you'd get a spot at the top, car park spot. And yeah, so just think of that. If you get in there, get it early. But at the same time, we saw people starting the hike way later in the day, and obviously people wanting to sleep on the actual hike, even though you're not supposed to camp. I think it's like safety as well, in case the bad weather hits. Yeah, so usually it is like rainy or windy, or there's clouds even in the summer here. So we're actually very lucky in the weather, but usually it's not like the case. So that's why they talk about the importance of the gear that you need for it. Make sure that your boots are good and well suited also. The pricing, by the way, for parking your car either at the lower car park or the top is exactly the same, but you just need to be there on time. Also, at the shop that they have at the bottom there is food, there's water, coffee, whatever. There's also clothes, so they sell socks, they sell pants, they sell like rainproof gear, rain jackets, warm jackets, like little jerseys, hats, gloves, like all that stuff. They sell their insect protectors, torches, all that stuff. And you can also rent it if you don't want to buy. Like, for example, you thought, oh, it'd be like a good weather, or it was like a spontaneous decision, and then you rock up and you're like, oh crap, like I really should have some sort of jacket. So you can rent a piece of clothing or whatever for 250 kronas, or you can buy certain things for different amount of money, like, but the jackets were about 600. So but you can rent it for 250 for a day. So if you're there and you can't debacle, don't just like cancel a bail. You know, you can get some gear if you really are like just needing something, or you forgot something, or anything like that. And there's also like bathrooms and things like that at the bottom too. Alright, I better get going because this video has been super duper long, but I hope you found this useful, interesting, helpful in one way or another. I will definitely talk about this more, and I'll talk about the actual Norway and the trip into Norway that we're doing as well. But I think the place is absolutely stunning, and I feel really, really just lucky that I've experienced it in such amazing weather as well. Alright, thanks for watching another video. Remember to stop counting calories, start counting hills, count your adventures, count your passions, and I'll see you again soon, guys. Bye.